Cody, welcome to Timelines. We are on Google Plus Hangout, and Blab is over here simulcasting at the same time. How you doing? You're in Manhattan.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm doing really well. Really excited to be here.
And a third of my websites are under attack right now, so we're not. I didn't really get your data sheets, but I know a lot about you. You got a nice page, and you got some interesting background. So tell me something that will actually shock the listener, or at least excite him, or make him listen.
Yeah. So in the past, let's say 18 months, I've gone from broke, overdrafting my bank account endlessly to generating multiple six figures of revenue from scratch with no outside capital or help.
That is impressive. That is impressive. So I was going to ask you, maybe you had a new girlfriend or something, and she helped you out. And
no, she didn't.
So what did you do to pull yourself out in 18 months, and how long, and what was the process?
I guess when you're just so desperate, you just know you need to do something, and you just figure it out. I think there comes a point of desperation that you just can't do anything else. And going back to working full time wasn't an option. So I just made it work. I just hustled as hard as I could to get some initial clients going. I was even worked at one point on Odesk or Upwork for $5 a week.
Well, yeah, Odesk. Wow. So you came out of the your background, a little bit about your background. I know your parents are entrepreneur, read up a little bit, but what is your background? So what brought you to the point where you worked for somebody and you jumped off the bandwagon in the financial side of the house and said, I'm going to be an entrepreneur, and it wasn't working?
Yeah, something along those lines. And that was maybe 3 years ago or 2.5 years ago. And then, I just, after a summer, I finally, in 2 Octobers ago, I just, started to make things work. And then by January, things were just taking off really quickly. Then I got to fire. There was a point where I was firing clients so that I could keep growing.
So what's your business? What's your product?
Yeah. So I manage pay-per-click advertising for small businesses, small and medium-sized businesses, but I've since been moving away from that model, and now am focused exclusively on digital courses, blogging, and content promotion.
So you're still making money with the pay-per-click though, right?
Yeah, but I think by the end of this month, I'll probably cut all the rest of the clients. So
that's wild. So something's working, you're making pretty good money, and you're giving it up.
Yeah, because I'm more into the blogging, podcasting, just, OPC or other people's content, feeding that funnel. It's more interesting. It's more fun. I get to meet new people all the time.
So you're trying to figure out the funnel, sounds like. You figured out the funnel already.
I have the funnel. I'm just, I'm building out multiple funnels right now. So I have a funnel in place, but I'm actually taking it a step further and trying to build out multiple funnels for my business and still provide services, but not pay-per-click management. Instead, content promotion, and I'm becoming the content promotion expert.
For the listener, the funnel is how we market online, basically. It's a different way than a traditional marketing. Now, I deal with real estate agents and other people who don't use really funnels. They do, but they don't. It's more manual. It's by the traditional ways. So explain to the listener more how your funnel works and what is a funnel.
Yeah. So my funnel works in that I'll write a guest post. I'll, somehow get traffic to my site. And then once that traffic hits my site, it converts at a certain percentage to an email subscriber. And then I take that email subscriber and I nurture them through an email sequence, and then just give them updates, new broad newsletter or broadcasts, and then of new blog posts that I'm writing, webinars that I'm on, podcasts I'm featured on. And then I'm also launching courses so that, that becomes the way of monetizing it. So that's the gist of the funnel. And then I'm also creating evergreen course funnel that I'll be running pay-per-click ads from Facebook, and then putting them through an evergreen launch sequence as well.
How did you learn how to put all these things together? I know it's very tough to do. A lot of people are trying and not succeeding.
Yeah, I think it's just about being hyper persistent and laying it all out in advance so that you have a sense of what products you really are offering and be laser focused on, these are my products. I think that was the hardest part for me, is that, yeah, I can make money with pay-per-click ads and just manage pay-per-click ads, but then there came a point where I have to say, put my foot down. I want to work on digital products, because if I don't push away from that, then I'm just going to keep getting dragged back into the whole like client relationship where, it can just end up draining your energy. So I think it's just about being focused on what you want and then laying out the steps to get there and knowing what products you have to offer, and then building, different steps to monetize your audience. How to get your audience is key too. So, you have to have traffic, and then you have to do something with that traffic. A lot of people have traffic and they don't do anything with that traffic. They don't do anything with their email list. And that's the opposite of what you should be doing. You should be actively, engaging with that audience, and then eventually nurturing them to some end, because you're not just blogging for the sake of blogging, unless that's a hobby. You're blogging, in my case, for business. So you need to have a sales funnel.
So who do you use for email? We'll talk about some of your tools.
ConvertKit. I'm
Okay.
using ConvertKit for email right now, but I'm switching today to Infusionsoft.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
You got a lot of work ahead of you, though. A lot of study.
I know. And I'm kind of wondering if that's a good decision in the middle of what's about to be a launch starting on Monday. So,
oh my gosh. No.
it's probably a bad call, right?
Yeah, you're going to launch on Monday, huh?
Yeah.
Congratulations. So you got your course done.
Yeah, I got my course done, and I'm just now waiting.
Now your heads must be frying right now. So tell us about your course.
Yeah, so it's called Guest Blogging That Converts, but it combines. So the whole idea is that if you can actually get featured on a top blog, your writing is probably good enough that it basically, when I first wrote a guest post for a blog for like SEMrush, when I first got published, it took effort to get there, and it took a lot more effort and focus than it would normally require if I just push publish on any random blog post on my own blog. So it trained my brain to be a lot more rigorous about how I write, and to think about the audience that I'm actually trying to serve in my writing, and who I'm targeting, how to write subheads, with my, that actually appeal to the audience, how to write conclusions that, drive action. So the idea is that it's not about guest blogging solely. It's about how to write posts on a level that can get you featured on top blogs. But it's also for people who want to be, featured on top blogs and guest blog, because the idea is that by the end you can get featured on top blogs like Kissmetrics, which I had a post come out recently on, SEMrush, and eventually work your way up to Forbes and Entrepreneur as a contributor. But you can't just start there. You have to build up your portfolio. And most people don't guest blog. And usually the gains that they get from them are very little. So that's the other part of the idea that converts. So it's about converting people from your posts for other blogs too, and how to convert them better, because guest blogging returns for most people these days aren't high. They're actually lower than ever. But if you do it right, and you pick the right blogs based on the right metrics, and you identify them based on those metrics, then you can get enough referral traffic to make it worth your while and really grow your list quickly by guest blogging.
Very good. Very, very good. Hey, we're going to go to a break right now. And on the break, we're going to put up your website, and we'll come back and we'll have that up. So a couple seconds of silence. And since we're on Google Plus, we won't pause it, but we're going to, I'll take it out during the edit. So I'm going to put up your site right now. And I realize I must have this link wrong. So I'm looking over here right now. Let me get the link up. And let me try this again, because the link on the show over here didn't drop in. Let me try it again. Oh, I know. When I knocked you out, it takes off the link. So I had to stick it back in. Now we are up. When you come back in, you'll see on YouTube. Hey, folks. Let me silence this. So if you would go back up and look at Blab right now, you can actually see us on Blab. So we'll come up on that. In fact, just stay on. Don't come up in Blab. I'm going to show you what we look like, okay? And we'll share up here. And hey, folks, I did not have the right link in there, so you probably didn't see that, or when you pull someone on and off. But right now, I'll pull up this screen right here. Let's see. I want to show you on Blab. That's my home monitor. And I'll bring up the whole monitor. What the heck? So here's what my entire monitor looks like. Present to everyone while we're doing this right now. The stop. Oops, that's supposed to be. Come on, whole monitor. You're supposed to be up there. Oh, you know why? I've got it frozen on you. Let me take it off of you. And bring it onto me. We'll go on to whole monitor. Share. That's what. Oops, crazy. Let's get off that whole monitor thing. Let's go back on to stop presenting. Let's go on to looking at just Blab. Let's show what Blab. This is what Blab looks like right now. There's been people coming on and off, and so that's Blab right there. That's what the Blab looks like. So our Blab looks like that. They're seeing me. If you went back into Blab, they would see you. You want to go back over into Blab? Jump in there and see what it looks like?
Sure.
I'll take this off. If we got enough I think you got enough bandwidth, we'll keep it going with you on Blab over on the other side. What you need to do, I'll probably have to recycle and drop this in again. We've got a few viewers over here too on Google Plus Hangout. Thank you for coming over from Blab. Appreciate that. So you're up, Cody. I see you up there. Now drop in the seat, or you can just watch too. And then, oh, the seats. Okay. So you are up. Bingo. See, you're in two different places. Go ahead and silence yourself. Put a little X on there. It'll drive you nuts. On the speaker on the lower left-hand side. Now talk, Cody. Talk to me.
Hey.
Okay, I can hear you. Yeah. Go ahead and take your speaker and put an X on it, on both of them, mine and yours. And let's get back to the show.
Sounds good.
So let me check before we go back. I just want to do a quick test on here. There you go. Okay, we're going to come back off the show. Ready? A couple seconds of silence. Oh, Cody, we're coming off the break, and we get to see what Bluehost looks like. A lot of people start with Bluehost, and I'm no exception. Years ago, and I have like 3 years of Bluehost paid for, but I use other sites. Like I actually affiliate SiteGround, which is one of my favorite. And I also use DigitalOcean, which I understand you are familiar with too, which is a powerful system to use, not for the beginner though.
Yeah. It's I don't recommend DigitalOcean for the beginner, but I don't recommend Bluehost for the beginner either.
I won't say too much, but there's a lot of, there's a lot of good high-end podcasters who must make a heck of an affiliate account because they push Bluehost out the wazoo. Yeah. If someone's pushing Bluehost on you, be careful right now. I mean, they're just choking like a maniac, and a lot of big providers are hurting right now. They're getting attacked. So we've got a few people watching on both sites, and I appreciate that. And we're going forward. So let's go back. That's what we look like right now over on, if you're watching, if you want to go over to timelinesofsuccess.com, which is on Bluehost, or we've got other hosts too. I'll probably be moving that though. I'm not sure if I'm going to move it to DigitalOcean or SiteGround. We've had it for a long time. But you'll be able to see this site, or netcasting, timelinesnetcast.com. You'll be able to see what this looks like on this episode, which will be up next week. It'll be in the 50s. I'm not sure what your episode number will be, but you can just Google Cody Lister. Lister, did I say that right? Lister?
Yeah.
And find it. So let's go to your site. So tell us about your site right here. You're on your site right now. What tools are you using to get people into your site?
So lead pages is the first part. So that's the welcome gate right now. And then if you click through to read the blog, it's WP Engine is the...
Okay, so there's your blog. Yeah, nice.
Is the host. And then I'm using Hello Bar at the top. But
Hello Bar, okay. And what are you using for a theme?
It's a customized Genesis theme that I hired a developer in Japan to just make look similar to the Copy Blogger theme.
I love Genesis. Love it. Yeah. It's great. It's a great, I think everyone should be on Genesis.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I can even make child themes on Genesis. So here's your private community. You've got 3 in there. I've already done it, but you've got, that is your site. And there you go. That's really nice. I really like it. Nice and simple. You don't have a lot of websites, I understand, right?
I'm trying to stay focused on just this one website. Yeah.
Very, very good. I don't have that discipline.
It's hard.
It's like, oh my gosh.
I've wanted to change my name dozens of times, but I was like, you know what? I have high domain authority now, and
I love your name.
You know, it is what it is.
I know it now. MarketDoc. I can remember Doc. I was tracking MarketDoc. That's a great name.
Yeah. My girlfriend came up with it, actually.
That's a really good name. It's short, easy, and fast. And I get rid of the www off there, though.
Oh, yeah. Now it's going to mess with my...
well, you can have both.
Yeah, but the problem is all my link juice is going to the HTTPS, www.
Yeah. That's the only thing I would not set up with www anymore.
Yeah.
Just HTTPS. And looks nice, though. I really like your site. Looks good.
Thanks.
The other thing is maybe opt-in monster, too, on the front side someday.
Yeah. Right.
But this looks good. I mean, this is perfect. I should be this smart. People yell at me all the time, say, why am I so stupid? So anyway, driving on, that's pretty good. You're going to tell us about your blog and your tools. What other tools do you use, and how did you build your mail list?
Yeah, so I built my mailing list from 0 to what's now over 16,000 people in 4 months.
That's huge.
Yeah, no, it's really huge.
On this website you did that?
Yeah.
Wow. You must have a lot of juice on this.
I do a lot of content promotion, and I run giveaways, and I do a bunch of other things to get people opting in as much as possible.
Where do I find your giveaways in your
content? At the top. Giveaway.
Oh, right there. Duh. In or now. Yeah. Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Nice. Now, do you get like folks like this is BuzzSumo? Do you get a little help from them? Like they're the affiliates?
I'm going to ask them for help after the contest is over or right about before the end. But, you know, if not, I would just buy it. But usually they're more than happy to help out.
That's nice. That's a great idea. So this really is the way to do it, is to put a contest, a true giveaway.
Yeah, it's a viral giveaway.
Wow, 12 days left. I better sign up. Nice. Nice. So I'm impressed. So going on, we're going to talk about your life and success principles. We'll bring this back. And beautiful website. And folks, if you want to go over to timelinesnetcast.com, go to Cody's, just search Cody, and you can look at the YouTube clip that will be in the blog and see what his website looks like. Plus, we'll have links there to your website. So driving on, tell us about your life and success principles. The first one you had, I don't know if this is the right order, but it was focus. Follow one course until success. That's what it sort of means to me. What's that mean to you?
Well, as someone who is born without it, I would say it means fiercely sticking to one or one thing with a few other things that are secondary goals, and just driving forward to achieve those goals as aggressively as I can, because the more momentum I have towards achieving those goals, the easier it's going to be to actually achieve them. And I think it's about building that momentum in the beginning. That is really hard because people, if they don't build up enough momentum, they lose steam. And the problem is with creative projects, it's very easy to lose steam, you know, after a month or 2 months. And there were cases, you know, maybe years ago where I experienced that constantly, where, you know, I would try a new project and would lose steam on it. But now I know to just stick with it and just not lose steam and to keep pushing as hard as possible in the beginning, because then once there's enough steam put into it and, you know, all that creative juice has come out, then it's done. And you can just iterate from there. And
so you've got your first product launching on Monday. Do you have it finished? It's all packaged right now?
It's all finished. It's all packaged. You can even see the landing page if you wanted to.
What is it? Let's pull it up.
I didn't want everyone else to see it, but I'll.
Well, this isn't going to be up till next week.
Okay, so
I mean, a few people see it here, the lucky ones, but they're not going to copy it.
Can I put it into group chat?
It will be up. It will be up because YouTube will be up sooner.
Can I put it into group chat and Google?
Yeah. Just put it in group chat over on Blab. That's a good place for it. Plus, I keep my record. I love Blab for keeping records.
Oh, I got off of Blab because it was echo. It was causing echoes.
Okay. Yeah, I'll show you how to shut all that down so you didn't have the echoes, but that's okay. Just remember when we go back to Blab to throw it in there, okay?
Okay, I put it on Google Hangouts for you if you want.
Okay.
in the
Problem
group
with
chat.
that, it's just easier. We'll talk about why we use Blab for those notes. It does a great job. So driving on, so focus, follow one course, or for you to focus. And a lot of entrepreneurs like myself, we don't focus. We go all over the place. But congratulations on getting that first digital product done. There's a lot of work to create that digital product. What did you have to do?
I had to write, let's say, 1,000 words to 1,500 words a day for maybe 60 days or so, and just keep writing. And then once I wrote all that content, then I didn't have to do anything after that. It was done, and I could just focus on the sales page, which was another, I don't know, 10,000 plus words, and then focus on the launch emails and all the other stuff. But it was really just about writing as much as possible, and then that's it. I mean, it's not too hard beyond that.
So you basically wrote a book, it sounds like.
Yeah, it's basically a book in the form of a course with some videos in it.
Oh, so you put videos, PDFs, checklists.
Yeah. Yep.
Very good. Well, congratulations on getting that out. Once you get that out, I think that's the future. I think the people who become very good at creating great courses and understanding these platforms will really help. And there's ways to learn. Do you have any shortcuts in this course to understand blogging faster?
Yeah, that's a big part of what the course is about, is how to write guest posts faster, because that's the standard I think people should hold themselves to when they write blog posts in general. And it's about writing them faster. Some places it's just, they have such high standards. Like if you're writing for Conversion XL, which I got invited to write for, it can be mind numbing. But other blogs, it's definitely not as much, and they're more topical. So, it just depends on what the blog is. But I found writing for Kissmetrics less mind numbing than writing for Conversion XL, because Conversion XL just has the highest standards of anyone for what they publish.
I was going to ask you two questions before the break, and it's sort of a natural transition to that. Two things. If I were to just start any kind of blog, what would be a good topic for me to start blogging on?
I would pick something that's very niche focused, that doesn't, that's not too broad, because it's like starting too broad of a podcast today. It's just, no one's going to pay attention to it. Picking something. So I'm focusing solely now on content promotion and then guest blogging. But in the guest blogging course, I also talk about content promotion. So that's a part of it. But the idea is to pick something very specific, and whether it's, teaching freelancers how to, do something better, or whatever it is, but, gardening, a specific type of gardening, as opposed to just gardening, which,
right.
There's probably a million gardening blogs. So yeah, I think just picking something very specific, but not too specific that you can't appeal to anyone. Somewhere in between.
Very good. And then do you have any tools that you like? Like I use Grammarly. You use something like that, or anything to speed up your writing?
Yeah, I use Grammarly, and I use Hemingway app.
Yeah, I've heard of Hemingway.
Yeah, Hemingway is good, because after I've put stuff through Grammarly, or other way around, it helps me to make sure that my sentences aren't so rambly, because Grammarly will accept ramble sentences, even if they're sentence, run-ons. So it helps to shorten your sentences and, make them within the recommended length for blog posts.
I have the entire full paid $100 a year Grammarly.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah. I like We Use in the Family. I think it helps. So my daughters, I got daughters and my wife. But one thing is, it seems almost too simplistic sometimes.
Yeah, I agree. And it's not 100% perfect. I think
definitely. Definitely not 100% perfect. You got to read your stuff. Don't go click it.
Yeah, can't just rely on what it tells you, because sometimes it'll give you the wrong suggestions. But it's still pretty good. And I would say that Hemingway is takes it to a whole nother level, because then you combine both and your post will be essentially perfect.
I've heard of Hemingway, and there's some other things too I'd like to look at. I think that's where I'll go down the road, is more like you're saying, blogging, using these tools. But they're great tools. Hey, going on, you have goal setting. You talked about goal setting. So tell us about goal setting and what that means to you.
Yeah. So goal setting for me is trying to come up with a yearly goal or yearly focus, and then setting up micro goals for the quarters and for the months and then the weeks and the days, so that it boils down from the year and then it goes down into the days themselves, so that I know exactly what I have to do in order to build to that yearly goal. It's not 100% perfect, but it's pretty good.
Do you ever set goals that you may not achieve that you like reach for?
Yeah, all the time.
That's good. Yeah, those aren't smart goals. Those are real goals then.
Yeah, I have the big, hairy, audacious goals,
Yeah.
the bags or whatever.
I like those. What's your biggest goal?
I guess my biggest goal this year was to get about 50,000 email subscribers and to generate about $1 million in revenue.
That would be nice. You know, at least you understand that 50,000 subscribers. That's not, it's possible. It's possible. I've seen people do it.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere. That's good.
And well, I did get to 16,000 in 4 months. So I'm hoping that I can ramp that up pretty intensely.
Very good. So, and finally, I love this one. Yeah, it's reinvent.
Yeah. So this relates to picking a product or something that's already out there and making it better. Because, you know, you can try to create something from scratch entirely, but I'm less about that and more about why would I reinvent the wheel? Why not reinvent it, but not reinvent the entire wheel itself, when things that already are successful clearly have established market demand that you can, you know, do better than.
Yeah. What are some of the things that we might want to reinvent and go out and create courses on?
You know, I can't give too many recommendations on what to create. There's courses about everything today, but I think one would be, well, I'm working on a content promotion course. So not to give away my own ideas. So that's the next course, and it'll incorporate pieces of the guest blogging course. But list building is a huge one right now.
Yeah.
Webinars, podcasting.
You know, I've been talking, we're doing a series on CRMs and email systems, and there's about 20 different things we're looking deeply into. WP Tonic, which of course is our top WordPress show, and on iTunes. And I was asking Active Campaign, I said, well, let's see your training. And they really didn't have training. It just amazes me that these companies have been in business for a while, don't have like really CRM based training, and they rely on other people to create that training, outsource.
That's interesting.
So I thought that was, we have a blog site, they said. Get some links. So it's interesting. I think there's a lot of opportunity to create training for a lot of different things. But you got to create it well. And then Linda is the ultimate training. We have on our WP Tonic show, a spiel from Linda come on from time to time, some of the top Linda producers.
Do they sponsor?
Not yet, but we're doing some different type of sponsorship right now with product, and we get affiliate. There's a new model instead of CPM, and you can actually make more money. And one way you do it is you sort of get an agreement where you get like a affiliate account on steroids. So it's there. You're only getting paid when you have downloads, things of that nature, which is really a better way to do it. You'll make more money in the long run. And it makes you work harder too. A lot of programmers, developers who we interview are not very good marketers. Very few. Every once in a while you run into a marketer, but not very often on these sites. And they produce amazing tools. But a lot, then sometimes you find the head of the business comes in who's really the marketer and puts developers underneath them.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting evolution. So we're going to pause and go to our last break and come back and see how the listener can get a hold of you. Okay, Cody, coming back off the break, since we're not on Blab, I couldn't pause that, but I will take that out. Tell us how the listener can find you.
Yeah, so you can find me by going to www.marketdoc.com, or you can email me at Cody, Cody, at marketdoc.com, or you can find me on Twitter, CB Lister, or I think it's Cody B Lister.
Okay, I was going to ask you about Twitter. I can imagine what your Twitter site looks like.
It's not that exciting, but I just retweet everyone's stuff. Anyone that tweets at me or tweets some of my stuff, I just retweet it, and I retweet other people's stuff too.
Okay. So one last question for all, me too. First of all, what can the listener do to help you right now?
Listener could come sign up for my email list and tell 3 friends about me. But I think for themselves, they could start promoting their content and build their own audience, because I think that's the point I really would like to drive home. Is it's not about me, it's about building community and helping people to build their own audience. And the best way to do that, I think, is through a combination of guest blogging and content promotion. So content promotion being emailing people about your content before you even have released it, similar to how a musician has pre-releases on a label, and then you can buy that in advance, so before you even get the download. So actually promoting the heck out of your content would be something that I highly recommend, and the best way to grow your list, and the most affordable, scalable way to grow your list when you're starting out.
Excellent advice. And then one last question: since you're in Manhattan, where's the best place to eat?
That's a tough one.
A lot of good places. What do you like to eat?
So there's just such a wide range of places to go. I don't know that I have a favorite place. I've been to hundreds of restaurants in Manhattan over time. So it's just, I mean, I would say some of the best restaurants are in the Time Warner building, but they're also some of the most expensive restaurants. So I would say avoid Times Square like the plague.
My wife just was in Times Square a couple of weeks ago. She had someplace she really liked. I forgot where she ate.
I recommend staying away from that like the plague and going somewhere, downtown, East Village or the West Village. The West Village has great restaurants that are more reasonable. It's just, I would say, but the best restaurants are in the Time Warner building and right around Columbus Circle.
So what food do you like? If you have to eat one food, what is it?
Sushi.
Oh, sushi. Okay. Very, very Western. Very, very LA.
Yeah.
Very LA. Well, hey, thank you. We're going to jump back over to Blab for a couple of minutes. So if you go jump back over, I will cut off this podcast and we'll create it. It'll be on YouTube, and we're going to come back to Blab so we can show people Blab and we'll broadcast. I'll turn down my sound a little bit and we can undo over here. So I'm going to turn it off. So come back over so you can see it there. Come on, Cody. Cody's coming back into Blab. I'm going to cut this off.